What's going on, everyone? Welcome back into the channel. So the Packers just released their second injury report of week 2 ahead of their game against the Atlanta Falcons. We saw the initial week 2 injury report yesterday with a lot of key players not practicing. Today, there were some players that didn't practice yesterday that practiced today, so stay tuned. And of course, if you are a new viewer here and want more Packers news, analysis, and updates almost every single day, including weekly injury reports, game reviews, and all of that sort, go down, click that subscribe button. You won't regret it. All right, so without further ado, let's waste no more time and bring up the injury report here. So starting at the top, David Bakhtiari was out yesterday with his veteran rest, was out today with veteran rest as well. We'll see if he practices at all and practices maybe in some shape or form tomorrow. He didn't practice at all last week and was fine in the game against the Bears. So maybe they're going to just replicate that and see how he does again. And if he continues the quality of play without practicing, then all is well. But we'll see what happens tomorrow. But nonetheless, Bakhtiari will be playing on Sunday. Next on the list, we have Romeo Doubs. Yesterday, I said it was very nice to see him still limited with that hamstring injury, and today, again, limited. So we'll see if he's a full participant in any shape tomorrow, or if he just continues limited, considering it is a hamstring injury and you don't want to retweak it. But nonetheless, it looks like he's ready to go this Sunday against the Falcons, which the Packers offense will definitely need him, because it's looking like Christian Watson might not be able to go this Sunday, which we'll get into here in a second. Next on the list, we see Rashawn Gary. He's been limited all last week and so far has been limited all this week with the ACL injury. Makes sense to not push Gary when he's still easing back into the game. Had 12 total snaps in week 1. Matt LaFleur said we'll see if he's going to get more snaps in week 2. He thought week 1 was definitely a success, which I agree as well. 5 pressures on 10 pass rushing snaps I think is absurd, and Rashawn Gary showed why he's one of the best edge rushers in the league. So I do want to see them continue to ramp him up, but at a cautious rate so he doesn't re-injure that knee. Rashawn Gary told me he wanted to play more than 12 snaps on Sunday, but understood coaches taking the long view in his return from ACL. His goal week 1 was to finish the game healthy. 7 pressures in 12 snaps, a definite bonus. He expects more snaps versus Falcons. Knee feels good. Then we see Elton Jenkins on this list, also limited with a knee injury. I'm not sure if this has to do with his ACL knee or it's something completely different. Nonetheless, he's limited. He was a new addition to the injury report this week, so I'm not sure if they're just, keeping him lighter practices to keep his knee fresh, similar to David Bakhtiari or something of that sort. But it does seem like he's fine and he'll be ready to go this Sunday. Then we have Anthony Johnson Jr., who was a full participant all last week and has been a full this week as well with his knee injury. Likely will be removed off the injury report starting next week. Aaron Jones with his hamstring injury he suffered in that Chicago game on his second touchdown was a did not participate yesterday, and again was a did not participate today. But there was an advancement that came out saying Packers running back Aaron Jones was a did not participate at practice, but LaFleur said it was positive that he was working out inside the Don Hutson Center. LaFleur also said he didn't practice but did some rehab work in a helmet. Quote, anytime he's out there and has a helmet on, that's a good sign. So although Jones was a did not participate, it's really good to hear that he at least was doing some work inside the Don Hutson Center, and maybe we'll see him limited on the injury report tomorrow with a questionable designation for Sunday. Knowing Aaron Jones and some of the injuries he's had in his past, he doesn't have to practice at all this week, kind of similar to David Bakhtiari. It's just based on if that hamstring is ready to go Sunday. He doesn't need the practice. I would really like to see him play on Sunday if he's ready to go. And I think today was a good sign, him getting some work in with his helmet on, moving around, testing that hamstring out. We just have so many hamstring injuries on this team right now, which is definitely something you don't want to rush back. So if Aaron Jones is questioning that hamstring at all, it'd probably be best to sit him a week. But as of right now, I could definitely see him also playing in this game. Then we see Quay Walker here, who did not participate in practice yesterday with his concussion. He was upgraded to limited today. Now, he still didn't pass concussion protocol, but it's a good sign that he's at least limited today, that he's nearing passing that protocol and potentially could play on Sunday. I thought it was almost a guarantee Quay Walker was going to miss this game. That the concussion didn't look too great at the goal line on his pick 6, but it seems like he's already getting over that. He was limited today, likely will be limited or full tomorrow, and it looks like Quay Walker might be ready to go in this Atlanta game, which will obviously really help that defense. I do believe in Isaiah McDuffie, who filled in for Quay after he went out with the concussion, but it looks like Quay Walker's taken that second-year jump. He played really, really well against the Bears. Was actually the highest graded Packer on PFF with a 92-plus grade, his highest grade of his career year, so really important to get him back and keep that consistency, that continuity up with that linebacker group with him and Devondre Campbell. So hopefully he's ready to go this Sunday against the Falcons. Then finally, one of the biggest ones, Christian Watson. He did not participate yesterday, but he was doing some rehab work. And if you saw my video yesterday, I said today would be a very important day for him. If he was limited, he might play on Sunday. If he did not participate, he'll likely be out for a second week in a row. And as we see here, he is a did not participate. So all signs point to Christian Watson missing the second week in a row. And I know a lot of people are angry about that. And they keep saying, is Christian Watson injury prone and whatnot? The thing about hamstrings, and I know I say it again and again and again, there's no point to rush them back. If it's just to try to push him back into this game for a week 2 game, it's more important to have him for the majority of the season. So if he needs to rest another game and rest that hamstring so he doesn't tweak it again, then so be it. And that looks like it's going to be the case. But that does it for the second injury report for the Green Bay Packers of week 2 ahead of their Atlanta Falcons game in Atlanta. Tomorrow will give us a better idea of which some of these players might be playing, such as Aaron Jones, Quay Walker, when they release the final injury report of week 2 with all the injury designations. So be on the lookout for that update, that video here on this channel tomorrow. But that about does it for this one. I'll catch you on the next one. Thanks for watching. And as always, go Pack Go.